Hello, hello.
So we thought it'd be fun to look at ORDI, the BRC20 tokens, ORDI maybe TRAC.
Yeah.
So
Um,
yesterday was fun for
yeah.
ORDI. Do you want to talk us through what happened?
Well, the FUDers started fudding, didn't they? And
Hmm?
I, I, I did have a theory that I shared with the group that I feel that because this is a new gen coin along with TRAC, and there's the others. Nals didn't seem to like be bothered by this FUD yesterday. Nals sort of like went, yeah, I think I'll just carry on. I don't think it suffered in the same
No,
way.
no, look, no, it did.
Did it?
Hold on, let's just have a look here. It had 65% retrace.
What do I know then? Which one was it? There must have been. There was one I saw, and it was like it wasn't bothering. But well, anyway.
Sorry,
But
go on.
I mean, on Nal's actually looking at that, massive scammy wicks, and it's the same on ORDI. I just feel that this is just made up rubbish because people were gutted they didn't get in, and I held my position and put buys in for, I think I put buy in at 39, 40, 42, 44, and got two of them filled, which is very pleased about, and just looked at it as a buying opportunity, as I'm sure that the people who started this off have done. And it recovered brilliantly well. And now it's just having a little think about what it's going to do. I think I'm staying in this position. That's what I've decided to do. A 30 to 40 to 50% move in a new coin in crypto is highly nerve-wracking, but very normal.
38%. So yesterday, news came out that Bitcoin developers are discussing doing an upgrade to the Bitcoin network, which would mean BRC20 tokens couldn't exist. Is that correct?
Yes, yeah.
So I think there has been what's the word? Like the Bitcoin maxis or Bitcoin believers aren't happy with BRC20 tokens. And to be honest, like I can see their point. To be honest,
Yeah.
they're totally clogging up the network. So I can see the point, but that the news came, it was sort of made more public yesterday. A public announcement was made, or something, I don't know, or somebody tweeted about this potential upgrade happening sometime next year, and then that was the cause of that sell-off yesterday. And then there was quite a strong recovery. I was wondering, was this recovery a short squeeze on ORDI? 70%, because it was just so strong, because I'm sure a lot of people did short that news, and then now it's come back down again. So I am, I'm not that knowledgeable about fundamentals of Bitcoin and how these things operate, but I don't know that you can go backwards with the development of these things. I think you can only go forwards with them. So I can't really imagine a situation where this will be undone. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it sort of even just goes against the whole principles of Bitcoin. Do I like these kind of coins on the Bitcoin network? Not really, but it isn't up to me either. So, hopefully this can all be resolved in a way that the Bitcoin network isn't congested anymore and causing a huge fees on the Bitcoin network, because it sort of goes against the point of crypto. The fees are huge, but yes, what I think happened yesterday was there's a huge sell-off. Then I think there might have been a short squeeze, and now we're having more of a sell-off today. So I would, having said that, it is still holding up quite well. So let's give it a bit of time. This is the 4-hour chart. There is bearish divergence, but it is only the 4-hour. So let's see. I still have my position because I wasn't able to sell it. But
And I'm relieved. I said to you, and I'm like, so glad.
but actually, do you know what? I am going to add. When it comes down, I am going to add, because I just don't. I just can't see this being undone. I can't see BRC20 being undone. It just goes against the principles of
And
you can't go backwards.
You know why? I ask myself, why am I buying these? Why am I buying ORDI and TRAC? I'm only buying them to make money. That's all. I'm not in these coins for long term. Cards on the table. I'm in this to make the most money because it's the most volatile, because it's a brand new coin and it will move the hardest. So you've got to have your wits about you, and you know, yes, if you'd have sold your whole position, nobody saw that top, so you would not have sold like and then got back. You wouldn't. That happened too quickly. So you know, you could have sold partial position if you could have done, because you know, Alex is very the blocks were all clogged, so nobody was getting you know, a sell and a buy, really, because you just couldn't get your block to work. But that's I don't really care about the next 2 years with this coin. What I care about is that I got in early and I'm going to make some money, and then I'm going to get out. And it's not like, you know, I love Sol and I believe in it and I want to hold it, and I believe in the whole ethos of the coin and what it's doing. These two, I don't. It's for me to make some money. So as long as
I totally agree. It can be a bit hypocritical to like really not like these kind of coins, and I don't, but still, same as you, the money's already made, so I will try my best to, you know, jump on that wave and ride it. I think that it is good to bear in mind that like these coins are really pumping quite hard at the minute, and they may just have their own cycle. I probably didn't mention that before. So I would say with these coins, don't be looking for Bitcoin to top before these, you know, for these to top. I think that they'll have their own top. So I'll be using my indicator to exit when that time comes, whatever it is. It could happen anytime, honestly. But
that might have been it. You know, might be sat
here
next week going, ooh, should have got out then.
It is possible. It is very possible.
But when you look at coins,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No, I mean, TRAC's not even really. It's got a gate listing that if you're British, you can't fund a gate account now. You can trade on it, but you can't fund it. So you've got to use what you can. So really, it's not got an exchange listing. So when low market cap, so I think that TRAC's got a way to go, because if it gets its you know, Binance or KuCoin listing, then you will see some massive gains again on TRAC, and that's another reason why I mean, I did get a buy filled on TRAC yesterday at 380.
Oh wow, right.
On Alex. I know. Like, so I was well surprised with that, but I'd already set those a couple of days before, because I'd started to buy a bit more TRAC again, so I was just really lucky. But yeah, it's just, I think you've got to have your wits about. You've got to have been trading for some years to actually be in on these coins, or you've just got to be very lucky. It's be careful. Anybody who's thinking about putting some money into this, it can't be money that you're relying on, and that you've got to have. This is like a night out, so treat it as gone as soon as you spent it.
Yes, good idea. That's really good, actually. That's really good analogy.
Yeah. These are my night out coins.
Yeah, this is not pension money.
No.
This is
it's dream money. It's like we've got a guy in a couple of us, and we've got our island fund, which is in Loon Sea, and he's got like, I think he's got 9 million Lunar Sea, and he's like, yeah, when it gets to $1, that's when we buy our island. And we laugh about it, because you know, it could, but like some of these are just on a whim and a prayer, and you just put some money into them and hope. And I did that with ORDI and TRAC, and it's paid off, because you know, bought them very low, very lucky. Bought them in March and April, and you know, on launch.
Oh wow.
So I know.
on this chart.
No. So yeah, it's next week I'll see where we're going to be going with these. 'Cause it could be that this is just, it was all that it needed, and there'll be a slow bleed, and then it go right the way back to where you've just drawn that line.
Here.
And then nobody will be interested, and it'll just, bumble along, and we'll all wish that we sold it.
Yes. And we have all been there.
Yeah.
So at the minute, it is very difficult to tell what's going to happen next with these BRC20 tokens in terms of their value. Like I can definitely see it coming down to this the 9 EMA minimum. And then after that, I'll have to just see. I do think this is just a bit of mud, a bit of scare tactics. I just can't see how the BRC20 tokens can be stopped. I just can't see this. I can't see things going backwards. You have to, as far as I can see, the development of Bitcoin and these networks, they go forward, not backwards. So maybe they'll just be like other meme coins. They just have their day, they explode in value, and then they collapse, and that's it. They're gone. I would be quite happy if it did that. It's the congestion of the network which is really bothering me at the minute, but I'm not in control of it. So let's just see what happens. But it's like, so I mean, in terms of like the price action, what are you thinking?
Well, I don't know.
You don't know.
I'm not even going to say what I think. I'm just holding in there, and I'm going to be checking it, 4, 5, 6 times a day. If I see it breaking down badly from 9, I think the 9 is 9. Yeah, I'll look to sell.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it breaks past that, I will. Different, because we're in like a bit of we are beginning of the bull. So what does TRAC look like? You've got TRAC on there.
It could be a wait and see situation, see, just to see what, I don't know, like what other sort of news comes out, or I don't know. TRAC. Is this the 12-hour chart? I'll go to the daily. Similar, similar enough, similar.
So hard, because when you put such a tiny amount into something, then you see it grow to like a really reasonable amount, you still don't want to lose it. I think I'm going to just sit tight on it and make a decision, like on in a couple of days, and at the end of the week, I think. Aren't they? Yeah, I'm going to stick with it for a bit. Look at me talking. It's like that's little thought bubbles. That should be staying in my head, but it doesn't, does it? It's just like I have to verbalize it, so everybody has to hear the dither that's going on in my head. That like I do it in group, don't I? As well, I'm going to do this, and maybe then but maybe not, and I've just seen this, and I'm like, am I really just typing this? My thought. But
no, it's good to hear it, because I'm the same, and it's not always that clear what to do. Like I've just been saying, a lot of coins are going to have their own cycle, and is this it? Is this it for BRC20? And it's going to go down, and then you've done, and then you watch it the whole way go up, and then you watch it come the whole way back down again, and you're thinking, why did I do that?
I know.
I told myself I wouldn't do that. I did it. So it is actually good. I think it is good to have the conversations, because it is not always clear what to do. Now, if we go to the indicators are not.
There's no sell.
There's nothing. But on a parabolic move like that, it is going to take time. The way my indicators are, it doesn't catch parabolic move at the top. It will catch it the way back down. It sort of like goes up, and then you catch it. It's like it just lands in your hand. So you could do that. You could decide when the tiger indicator tells me to sell, or when it goes yellow, I'm going to take off 10%. When the number one comes, I'm going to take off 10%. So you could be disciplined about it, and know that you can get back in again when the opposite happens. So when it goes yellow, it'll go green, and when there's a sell, there'll be another buy, because it's programmed to give you the counter. And like, to sell will be a buy, with buy will be a sell.
Yeah, and just be driven by that. Be guided.
Yeah, you could, and you could go down. You could also go down the time frames. Go to the 12-hour. See what it says. Still not saying anything. Go to the 6-hour. Six-hour.
Yeah, it's coming into.
Has gone yellow.
Yeah.
Just gotta be careful of the lower time frames, but it went yellow here, but then we had another, price was still going up, so you had the bear div, but that is not happening now.
Yeah.
Probably the equivalent of here on this, and it did trend the whole way down to the 0. So when this crosses a trend line, you could decide just you could be driven by the indicator. Just going to do whatever the indicator tells me, because if you sort of find that you have trading paralysis of I don't know what to do, I don't know, because you're so confused, because if the BRC20 tokens are having their own cycle and this is the top, then you got to just be open to the fact that it's a top, and then use something to sell, and that's where the indicators come in, you know. Otherwise you're just believing. It's just belief. I believe it's going to go up, which is fine as well, because it is good to have conviction, but just depends what your strategy is. On the 6-hour, it is actually coming. It is bouncing up here. It is coming up. So what you can do, you can go down to 4 or 6 hours, see what happens, is watch the histogram, see that you're looking for it to turn around and bounce off the trend line like that and go up again. I could also range here for a while. So I suppose what we're trying to say is we actually have no clue what's going to happen with the BRC20 tokens. We don't know where it is in its cycle, but we're just
loads of help.
Possibilities. Yeah.
It's like, I just keep thinking there has got to be a Matic of this cycle. Matic went up 28,000%. So this piddly little thing there that we're looking at has done nothing yet. You know, it could be
roughly,
and this is, I've got to get this out of my greedy head that like it's gonna do a Matic, but some has to. There's got to be something that does that sort of crazy thing.
There will be. Yeah.
And I think if it's going to be anything, it's going to be one of these coins. And so that's what is always in the back of my mind, that, you know, you saw Sol go from 0 to 258 to 300, you know, $260 odd. Man, it happens, and it did happen last time. And Sol was a new coin then, and this is a new coin. So, and you know, the little bit that I did put in is just it's just crazy that I could let it go right back down to that first line. I still made nice money on it, but it's not about that. It's about getting me 28,000% because I want it and deserve it.
But this is a big part of trading cryptocurrencies. It's the psychology of this. It's greed. It's managing your greed. It's actually a huge part of it, and that's why you can't sell at the top. That's why you can't sell at the top. But the only thing is, generally the top is clear because the whole market has gone to a top, and that is not the case now. You know, a lot of coins are literally just coming out of accumulation periods, like just popping their head out. So that's what
this one's as clear as mud.
Pardon?
This one's as clear as mud.
So what I would suggest is, it's So I would use my indicators, right? So if my indicator tells me to sell and there's a sell, the way I programmed it is if price turns up again, it's programmed to give you an entry again. So you could just literally, when it crosses this line, I sell. When it crosses back up again, I buy. I buy back in again. So I sell 50% of this and then I buy back in again. You could just like literally just draw at the 9 EMA. If it comes back, goes below it, I'm selling. If it crosses back up again, I'm getting back in again. That's it.
Yeah.
So you've given yourself a plan so that you've taken money off the table, and then you put it back in again because you don't want to lose out, so that you're sort of like you're de-risking. So that is one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is you just go, the $200 that I put in, I don't care. I'm leaving it for another 6 months or a year, whatever it is, or whatever your time frame is. I don't care about it. I'm all in. Everything on red, everything on black, whatever. I don't care about that money. So I think it's just good to have it just to sort of like, what is your most important thing? It's the most important thing that you bank the profit that you have now, knowing you can put it back in again once some sort of trigger happens. I go down to the 12-hour.
Yeah, I did that, didn't I? I took my profits from ORDI anyway. It owes me nothing, this trade.
There you go. It on the 12-hour, it is being supported by the 9. It is okay. You know, 4-hour. See, if the 9 and the 21 cross down, that can be a sell. So you could decide to sell on the 4-hour when the 9 and 21 cross to the downside, and then when they cross up back to the upside, you rebuy. That's your plan. I'm doing, so that'd be like, that is my plan. I'm going to sell 50% when they cross to the downside and I reinvest 50% back in, or 20%, whatever amount of money you want when it crosses back up. And knowing it could go back down again, keep doing that so that you're always getting in and always getting out, always getting in, always getting out. And that is one way of doing it. If someone is looking for some sort of simple strategy that you don't miss out either way.
Yeah.
Or just hold on, I don't care about the money you put in, and just if it goes back down to nothing, then so be it.
Yeah.
Anything else, BRC20?
No, it's exhausting, isn't it? Even thinking about it. Why did they have to introduce something like this in March? We were all done and dusted. We all knew what we were buying. We were all like, oh yeah, it's all great. I'm going to be doing, I've got my gaming tokens, I've got my Bitcoin, and I've got my layers. And they were all simple, all nice. Everything were all sorted and shiny and lovely in my portfolio. And then these get launched.
Crypto
your whole world
anybody.
upside down.
Crypto doesn't stop for anyone, Kat.
No.
It's not a mission, not stopping, ride the train or not. So yeah, for what it's worth, I actually think that this is a momentary pause for BRC20. They're going to go up again. But I just think they're going to top out probably first, but hopefully it'll be like 28,000%.